Welcome back to Down the Stretch for preview for race day Saturday, January 24th, 2026. 11 races on the card. Remember to hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Let's get right into it. The first race for 5-year-old and up, optional claiming, 200,000 only. Native bred 6-year-olds and up, numbers of 2, and native bred 5-year-old maiden, Division 1, a field of 13. They go 5.5 furlongs, boiling this race down to 4. They're going to be the 3, Briscoe, the 4, Security Code, the 5, Steen, and the 6, Blinding Light. Okay, number 3, Briscoe. Everett Clune is claiming 4 kilos here for Andre Adams. In my opinion, I think this horse might represent the speed horse of the event. Last time out from 5-year-old numbers of 2 back in November, was second by a length and a half to Newland Links, had Steen behind there. So coming here for 200,000, I think that's a stepping down in class for this Briscoe and represents speed. I don't think going around the bend is going to be a problem for him either. His last time around the bend was the 9th of August, 5 round, winning by 10 lengths, making all the running from Empress in the Breeze and Blinding Light. The tongue tie is back on again, and he did win with the tongue tie and run second with it, so expecting this Briscoe to be the horse they're going to possibly have to catch. The 4, Security Code, by a long shot in the event. Shavan Townsend claiming 2 kilos here for Errol Burke. Nothing in his last 2 starts. He was 10th by 26 lengths last time out, but that was for 350,000 claimers, going 7.5 furlongs against the very fit line of Hikati. His last good run, though, was at 6.5 furlongs for 5-year numbers of 2 back in October, when coming from off the pace to finish 3rd by 2 lengths to Empress in the Breeze, and the speedy shine for me after coming out of the gate slow. Has run with some of these horses in the past, and does run well when fit. Has 1 run for this season, coming off a break, so much better for that run, getting this 2 kilo claim. And if a strong pace develops early and they come back in the stretch, I think Security Code is one of those horses that will be finishing strong. The 5, Steen, Ryan Lewis riding here for Oral Hayden. Very consistent horse. Last run was on the 21st of December, going 5.5 furlongs. So this trip missed the break badly, was way off the fractions at the half mile, but finished strong to finish 3rd by 4.5 lengths to shine for me, Blinding Light. Before that, over the 4 furlong straight, was 3rd by 2 lengths, running on to Newland Links and Briscoe. Ryan Lewis gets the call now for this horse. They decided not to go for apprentice or anything, take off any of that weight. So it's coming with 126 pounds and a good jockey, 8-1 morning line, active at exercise. Steen looks like a horse you can take a chance with, value for money wise. And the 6, Blinding Light, Anthony Allen claiming 2 kilos for Gary Griffiths. The maiden of the bunch, but one of the fittest horses in the race. 3rd by 5.25 lengths last time out, in a race that I think was too early for his own good. A race won by Lady Katgara, who is also present, but I didn't fancy this time around because Lady Katgara got the lead the last time out because there was no speed. Blinding Light had to chase. This time, there's going to be pace in the race. I think Blinding Light will prefer to sit back, and I think he'll get the better of Lady Katgara this time around. Back in December, at this distance as well, ran out to finish 2nd by 3 lengths to shine for me, had Steen behind after coming out to the gate slow. So Blinding Light, even though a maiden, still being here with a good chance if the pace comes back. And a horse I'm definitely going to squeeze into my high 5 is going to be the 7, Sweet Burn. Was originally one of my top 3 picks, but I noticed something when watching the replays. Sweet Burn tends to run with her tail really stiff, and when a horse runs with a stiff tail, it's usually a sign of discomfort. So even with the presence of Dane Dawkins for Lawrence Fremantle, I'm going to put Sweet Burn in the high 5 instead of my top 3. But for me, if I was going to bet this race, I'd probably take a chance on Steen at the price, even though coming in at the head of the scales, but does have Ryan Lewis. And as I said, watch out for the speedy horse Briscoe if he tries to escape them. The second race, nature bred 3-year-old maiden special weight, field of 7. They go 5 furlongs straight, boiled down to 3. They're going to be the 1, Mopai, the 4, Wa'agwan, and the 5, Dreamcatcher. All right, the 1, Mopai, Radish Roman riding for Richard Azan. 4 starts to date. Has 2 seconds, 2 thirds. 3rd last time out, going 7 furlongs. To Bigger Boss and London Spirit after making most of the running. Was 2nd by a head before that at 5.5 furlongs when being caught by Victorious Lynx. So very capable, very fit, busy at exercise, and Mopai should once again fight this out. The 4, Wa'agwan, TJ Suko claiming 3 kilos here for Christopher Pierre. 4 starts to date, 1/3 on the 29th of November at 5.5 furlongs, finishing 4 3/4 lengths behind Darwin and Mopai. Next start was at 4 furlongs straight. Pressed the pace, faded to finish 4th by 9.5 lengths to Uncle Nally and Mohan Lala. Mopai was 3rd there. So coming here, facing Mopai once again, getting a 3 kilo claim. These are youngsters. He's looking good at exercise. Carrying him in here to run another good race. But the horse that's very interesting to me is going to be the 5. Dreamcatcher. Robert Haldane riding for Jason DeCosta. Burn Identity, Double Jeopardy out a legal process. Bred for a ton of speed. And has been showing it at exercise. But like last week, I pointed out, I was wondering if that horse was a Morning Glory, Roman Lady. Dreamcatcher probably she's more of a stronger runner than Roman Lady because it's working very well. She had a 48.2 on the 27th of December, pulled up in 102.3. She had a 47 flat January 3rd out the gate, pulled up in 102.2. Then she had a 47.2 out the gate, pulled up in 101.2. Last word coming to this 47.2, pulled up in 1 minute 1 and 1 with Dancing Aviator. So it looks very forward. And if this Dreamcatcher turns up, could turn out to be the horse they're going to have to beat. It's a race with young horses in, so I never generally step out on a limb in young horse races. So I think it comes down to one of those 3, but Dreamcatcher looks really good in the mornings. I think I might take a chance with that filly. The third race, native bred 5 wheels and up, knowledge of 4, and imported 5 wheels and up, knowledge of 3. 7 starters, they go 5 furlong straight, 1 down to 4. They're going to be the 1, Play Fair, the 3, Bushfire, the 5, Indestructible, and the 7, A Breath of Fresh Air. The 1, Play Fair, Damar Williams claiming 2 kilos here for Anthony Nunes. 4th last time out by 11 lengths, going 7 furlongs to Oro and Titan Tempo. But last good run, I would say, would be 5 furlongs straight for 1.5 million claimer. Even though beaten into 7th, but it was only a length and 3/4 off of Ridgeliner and Whiskey. And against this bunch, if he reproduces that run coming in this light, I think Playfair might run a brave race even from the 1 draw. The 3, Bushfire, Tijay Suko, claiming 3 kilos for Anthony Smith. Winner last time out back in October, going 5.5 furlongs, beating A Breath of Fresh Air and Indestructible, both present today. But Flash Speed, which he did in his last 2 starts. The only thing, he's coming off a 2-month break. Why did he take that break? But has worked well since, coming here and getting this 7 pound off of 115 pounds. So coming in extremely light and showing speed. Bushfire should definitely run a very good race here. The 5, Indestructible, Radish Roman, riding here for Philip Elliott. Disappointed last time out. 6 by 12 lengths after being prominent early. Turned for home 4th by 4 lengths and faded to finish behind Miss Sherry and Titan Tempo. Before that, over the straight course, pressed the issue but faded to finish 4th by 4.25 lengths to Galloping Devils and Miss Cherry. His last good run was 5 furlongs run back in November when finishing second by a head to Smart Chick, had first offense behind there, and had a win in October, 5 furlongs straight, a winner by 3.25 lengths over Galloping Devils and Alkebalan. So either he has lost his form or those horses just improved past Indestructible. But Radish Roman has taken the ride. First run for the season, but 3 races in December, although against better horses. So, in my opinion, this is kind of a step down in class with Indestructible. Going to give him another shot here to set the record straight. But the horse I think they're going to have to beat, in my opinion, is going to be the 7, A Breath of Fresh Air. Okay, Jaheim Anderson claiming 4 kilos for Philip Lee. 5th by 8 lengths last time, wanted 6 furlongs in that same race with Miss Cherry. Before that was a winner by a neck, going 5 furlongs round, beating Bobby Too Bad. Beaten by Dream to Reality the 29th of November over the straight course. Dream to Reality is present. I think this A Breath of Fresh Air has improved a little bit past Dream to Reality, to be honest. I think that race, something just did not go right with A Breath of Fresh Air, but she bounced back after that for a good win over some good horses. Stepped up in class, was not embarrassed against Miss Cherry. Now getting this 4 kilo claim. So coming in here, weighed what? 107 pounds versus horses that he has run with before. I think A Breath of Fresh Air is the horse they're going to all have to beat. The 4th race, native bred 4 years and up, knowledge of 2, and imported 4 years and up maiden. A field of 9, they go 7 furlongs, 1 down to 4. They're going to be the 1, He's Sensational, the 2, Roaring Kitty, the 3, Papiuso, and the 9, Slam Sharp. Okay, He's Sensational. Omar Walker has a ride here for Alfred Brown. 4th by 8.5 lengths last time out, going 9 furlongs and 25 yards. Not a bad run in a race that had a lone speed horse, Joyful Surprise, that stole it and allowed Roaring Kitty to run on there. This race will be different. We'll have some pace factors in the event, and He's sensational at this trip. Should be able to stalk the leaders of this race and going this much shorter trip. Should put in a much better run, in my opinion, under the skillful hands of Omar Walker now at the helm. The 2, Roaring Kitty. Ryan Lewis has the ride here for Ian Passad. Knocking at the door, 4-year-old filly, 3 consecutive seconds. Second by 5 lengths to I'm Outstanding. Second by 3 3/4 lengths to Pretty Brown Thing. And then second by a length 3/4 to Joyful Surprise. This is a late running filly. Sits off the fractions and hopes for the pace to come back to her. Will that happen in this event? It's a possibility. We have 2 horses that probably going to go out there and go at it early. And the question signs are, will they stay the trip? If they come back, pretty sure Rowan Kitty will be staying on strong at the finish. The 3, Papi Uso, Radish Woman riding for Anthony Nunes. Improving 4-year-old colt after winning back in December 7 furlongs by 8 3/4 lengths. In a pretty ordinary field, stepped up in class, 6.5 furlongs and stayed on to finish second by 4 lengths to Thousand Treasures. Had True Boo behind here after coming out of the gate slow. Stepped up even further in class last time out. 3-year-old non-winners of 4, going 5.5 furlongs. Much too short for a good run from Papi Uso. Finished 5th by 15 lengths to a horse that looks like a super horse. Phenomenal Power, won by 7.5 lengths from Miss Moneypenny. So taking a big step back down in class, getting some of that pace under his belt last time out. Expecting Papi Uso to put in a very good run. And the 9, Slam Sharp. Now, Slam Sharp, if Cutout was not in this race, I would probably choose Slam Sharp to win this race. Because Slam Sharp, with Shane Ellis in the saddle here for Michael Morris, probably going to want that lead. But I don't think Cutout is going to allow him to just get it. Last time out at 7.5 furlongs back in December, 11 by 28 lengths, was prominent early but faded dramatically in the last quarter. That was against a very, very useful looking animal though. Diesel Train. I'm Outstanding was second there, Brahma Bull third. So useful animals there. But before that, at a mile, ran a brave race to finish second by 4.5 lengths to Princess Chris. Had Pretty Brown Thing behind. So Slam Sharp, if Shane Ellis gets to slip off on that lead and Cutout does not decide to go with Slam Sharp, wouldn't be surprising if Slam Sharp steals it on the front end. But for me, I'm thinking for a pace meltdown, and whoever is the closest to make that move early and get the lead into the stretch wins. And to me, that looks like He's Sensational. I'm going to take a chance with He's Sensational. The 5th race, 3 and up, optional claimer, 500,000 to 400,000, and native bred 6-year-olds and up. Now there's a 4, a field of 11. They go 5.5 furlongs. Born is down to 4. They're going to be the 4, the Hot Dancer, the 5, Legal Bomb, the 7, Give Me the Light, and the 10, Global Machine. Okay. The 4, the Hot Dancer, Radish Woman riding here for Anthony Nunes. Winner last time out for 5-year-old non-winners of 4, going 5.5 furlongs, making all the running to win by a length and a quarter from Workout Crew and Papa Gray. Before that was third by 7 3/4 lengths to Catawba. So fit, consistent horse, has won, 4 out of 8 starts. And definitely the Hot Dancer looks like the horse they're going to have to beat here. The 5, Legal Bomb, Eric Cotton, claiming 4 kilos here for Barrington Dawes. Ran on the 1st of January of this year in a $500,000 claiming race, going 5 furlongs straight. Finished second by a length and a half to Sipping on Sunshine, who came back and stepped up to 700,000 and won. Legal Bomb hadn't run since the 26th of January 2025 before that run. So coming off an almost year break and running such a good race to a horse that stepped up in class after and win is telling me that if Legal Bomb returns here in that same frame of mind, getting this 4 kilos, should definitely have a good chance of putting in another capable effort. The 7, my long shot in the event, is going to be Give Me the Light. Jaheim Anderson claiming 4 kilos here for Junior Panton. 6 by 7 3/4 lengths last time out over the straight 5 course for 700,000. Claimer was prominent throughout before fading in the final half a furlong to finish 6 by 7 3/4 lengths to Great Wayne. Jordan Rain was second in that event. Talona was third. Before that, for 5-year-old non-winners of 4, 5.5 furlongs, 4th by 6 lengths to the Hot Dancer. So definitely capable. Would prefer if the pace is really fast up front. And if it is fast, Give Me the Light will be one of those horses that's staying on at the finish, especially if the pace melts in the stretch. So definitely going to squeeze this Give Me the Light as a long shot in case the pace collapse. And the 10, Global Machine. Javanil Patterson riding here for Carlton Cunningham. Winner last time out for 4-year-old non-winner of 2 back in November when pressing the pace and pulling off to beat Captain Fantastic and Little Maggie. Before that, pressed the pace, going 6 furlongs, but outkicked in the final furlong, failing to finish 7 by 13 lengths to Gelroy and Sheer du Jour. So coming down here, I think is capable. Morning line says 10-1, coming off a 2-month break. Has a decent ride in the saddle. Same jockey that won with him on last. Takes back the ride here. And I'm thinking Global Machine with his natural tactical speed. If there's an upset, it possibly might be him. So competitive contest, as I said, the Hot Dancer looks like the horse they're going to have to beat. But value for money, Global Machine looks tempting. The 6th race, 3-year and up, optional claimer, 500,000 to 400,000, and native bred 6-year-olds and up, non-runners of 4, and imported 6-year-olds and up. 11 starters, they go 5.5 furlongs, boiling down to 4. They're going to be the 2, Linstead Market, the 4, Money Box, the 6, Shibum, and the 11, Xylophonic Steel. Linstead Market, Christopher Mamdine riding here for Patrick Fong. Fit right now, speedy horse. Last time out, went to the front going 7 furlongs, but out-battled, out-kicked in the stretch, faded to finish 4th by 9 lengths to Design Diva, who won by 8 lengths, so he was only a length behind Happy Force at the finish there. Before that, had 6 furlongs, tried to make all the running there as well, but was out-kicked to finish 3rd by 3 3/4 lengths to Burning Valor, also for 500,000 claimer. So reduction in distance here should suit this Linstead Market, cut down to 5.5 furlongs. And his last run at 5.5 furlongs, that was against a out-of-class whiskey for 700,000. So at 500, I think he can handle it. And depending on how the pace sets up, should be in here with a shot. The 4, Money Box, Radish Woman riding for Adrian Prince, comes in at 126 pounds, but capable amongst these, stepping down to the claiming ranks now. Last run was for 5-year-old and up, non-runners of 4, finishing 4th by 8 lengths to Bella Bella and the Real Identity. Last run over 5.5 furlongs though back in June. Came from far off the pace to win easily by 3 lengths, beating Xylophonic Steel, who is present and shine for me. Both of those horses are speed horses, so Moneybox likes when the pace is fast. So definitely, even with 126 pounds, I'm going to give him a shot here in case they cook themselves early and he decides to charge at them late. The 6, Shibum, Shane Richardson riding for Donovan Plummer. Fit right now, 4th by 4.5 lengths last time out at 6 furlongs for 500,000 claim against Burning Valor in that same race with Linstead Market, was stalking the pace. Cut down to 5.5 now. Might be a little short for the Shibum, but still coming in light. Definitely is fit. One of those horses that tend to start the pace, so if the pace does crack, Shibum might be right there to capitalize at a good price. And the 11, Xylophonic Steel, Shavan Townsend riding for Kari Tucker. He claims 2 kilos. A winner last time out back in December at this distance for 5-year-old non-runners of 3. Tearaway leader, clear by 7 lengths at the furlong pole, hung on to win by a length from Monimus and the Show Army the Butcher. Consistent last season. One of the horses in this race that does have natural speed. So expecting this Xylophonic Steel to keep everyone honest throughout. For the long shot players, you want to put a long shot in your exotics. I'm having a look here on this Cherry Blossom, Shaheem Garden claiming 3 kilos here for Colin Ferguson. Nothing in the last several starts. It was beaten 99 lengths last time out 6 furlongs. But that was for 4-year-old non-runners of 3. Much higher class than this. Last good run was back in July. At this distance though for 4-year-old non-runners of 2. When making all the running and beating Military Light and Never. And before that was 3rd by a length. Going 6.5 furlongs when trying to make all the running and caught by Solace and Successful Man. So stepping down the claiming ranks now. Big step down in class. Lasix is on again. Shaheem Garden will claim 3 kilos off of 115 pounds. So coming in here extremely light, this Cherry Blossom. So depending on which Cherry Blossom turns up, is a live outsider throwing to the exotics. It looks like a race that is going to be blessed with pace, and I think that's going to suit the running style of Moneybox. Even with the top weight, I kind of like Moneybox. The 7th race, native bred 5-year-olds and up, now of 2 and imported 5-year-olds and up maiden, a feed of 9. They go 4 furlongs straight, born it down to 4. They're going to be the 1, Silent American, the 5, Baiz Agree, the 6, Town Star, and the 9, Dancing Aviator. Okay, Silent American. Rishi Shakes claiming 2 kilos here for Stephen Todd. Made her debut on the 17th of January 2026, 5 furlongs straight, and ran well. Came out the gates a bit slow, then was blocked in behind horses, had to drift inside, then had a slight bumping match with Prince Kazir, but still ran well, finishing 7th by 4.25 lengths in a very useful field, won by Prince Kazir, Nebuchadnezzar and Bangarang, and wasn't really flashing any real speed at exercise, but with that run behind this Silent American and getting this 2 kilo claim, even from the one draw, I think the Silent American definitely going to fight this race out. The 5, Baiz Agree. Garvin Harris claiming 4 kilos here for Patrick Lynch. 3 starts to date. Was a winner on the 20th of December at 5 furlongs straight, making all the running, beating Bossy Girl and Sweetburn. Not much there by competition, but stepped up in class to non-winners of 2, going 6.5 furlongs, and ran well, finishing 4th by 3.5 lengths to Rockola and Captain Fantastic. So comes back here. They're now put the blinkers on, so they definitely want this Baiz Agree to go fast early and getting the 4 kilo claim, expecting Baiza Agree to perform accordingly. The 6, my long shot in the event, Town Star, Romain Gordon claiming 4 kilos for Donovan Plummer, hasn't been showing anything in recent form. A matter of fact, in the last 8 runs, this Town Star hasn't shown anything much, but has been running for 4-year-old non-winners of 2. Last time out, beaten by Bobby Too Bad, before that Noble Sovereign, and before that Have a Joy. But the last good run, in my opinion, was sprinting, going 5.5 furlongs back in July, when came from far back to finish 5th by 9.25 lengths to Speedy, Cherry Blossom, late running Military Light, and the pacey Never. This horse is bred to sprint. Tapilou out of Star of the Town by Traditional, but they've mostly been running this horse middle distance and route races. So my research has found out that Town Star does run well over the straight if you check back when he was 3 years old. So active at exercise, so seems sound, seems fit enough, gets a 4 kilo claim, so coming in here maybe 108 pounds. This is the outside I like. If there's an upset, I think it would be Town Star. And the 9, Dancing Aviator. Now, Dancing Aviator, Abigail Abel claiming 3 kilos here for Jason DeCosta. Disappointing in most recent stats. Last time out 6.5 furlongs, led but faded in the stretch to finish 6 by 19 lengths to Rockola. Before that, led at 6.5, faded in the stretch to finish 13 by 32 lengths to the Soul Warrior. Last year was a back-to-back winner when making his debut and his second start. Something definitely went amiss with this Dancing Aviator. Does have issues, but is kept busy at exercise, and the reduction in distance now. Naturally speedy, getting this 3 kilo claim, so coming in pretty light. So if Abby is able to keep him rolling, no pun intended, we're going to give this Dancing Aviator another shot at running a good race. So the race definitely looks like it comes down to one of those 4 in my opinion. I'm leaning towards the 1, Silent America. He's coming out a way better competition. Prince Kazir and Nebuchadnezzar, I think, would absolutely walk over this field. So I'm going to give the edge to Silent American. So my brethren Levi, if you watch my program, think you might can go take a picture with this one. But as I said, keep an eye on the outside of Town Star. Turn back to sprinting now. The 8th race, 3 and up, claiming 1.5 million to 1.2 million. Small field of 7. They go 5 furlongs round. But this is a complex and competitive race. I'm going to have to boil down to 4. They're going to be the 1, Rejected Raja, the 2, Whiskey, the 3, Justin Big Time, and the 4, James. Okay, number 1, Rejected Raja. Garvin Harris claiming 4 kilos from Marlon Anderson. Well, last time out, he ran how I thought he would prefer to run, which is go right with the pace early, and only lost by a head there to Generational. Everybody else that trains this horse tend to want to hold him up and come with a run. And all you have to do is check back to the 28th of September 2024, when he was trained by Ian Roberts and owned by Oneness Racing, when they made one move with him. That was a race that had, I think, God of Love was the favorite there, stepping down to claiming ranks. God of Love, Power Ranking, Fit KP's Choice, I think, was in the race. So it was a speed race, and the jockey just put him right in front, fought all the way, and then kicked off the turn. And I think he won by 7 lengths that day at a good price. So that's how I think Rejected Raja wants to run, but everybody tends to hold him up and think this running on, that's what he wants to do. I called it the last time when he was going to run. I said if he goes early with the pace, he's going to run a big race, and he only lost by a head. So Rejected Raja, depending on the tactics used here, I'm going to give an outsider shot. Hopefully Harris tries to put him in front, and he will run well. The 2, looks like the horse you're going to have to beat is Whiskey. Radish Roman riding here for Adrian Prince. Winner last time out for 1.5 million claimer at 7 furlongs, making all the running, beating Bob the Builder. Before that was 3rd by half a length when coming from off the pace after stumbling at the start to only be beaten half a length by the speedy Warsaw and Prince Aman. So very fit right now. This whiskey does have a ton of speed, and even though carrying 125 pounds looks like the horse they're going to have to beat. The 3, Justin Big Time. Demar Williams claiming 2 kilos here for Alden Francis. Another fit horse in the event, but stepping up now, although did run well at this level back in November when finishing third by 3/4 length to Ridgeliner and Whiskey. Went down the ladder to 700,000 claim at 6 furlongs, made all the running to win easily by 15 lengths. That was an easy feel. Then stepped back up to $1 million last time out over the straight course, was 6 by 3 lengths to Generational and Rejected Raja. The tongue tie off again and stepping back up in class, but coming in pretty light. Going to give this Justin Big Time a good shot, being a horse that does pack some early pace. And the horse I really like in the event is going to be the 4, James. Babito Harvey riding here for Michael Spencer. 5th by a length and 3/4 last time out at 5.5 furlongs. 1.5 million claimer in that same race with Whiskey where Warsaw won from Prince Aman. My opinion, that race, James was just way too early for his own good for maybe the first 2 furlongs, then backed out and was running on again after coming wide into the turn and only lost by a length and 3/4. Same race that Whiskey stumbled at the start. Before that, at 5 round at this level, was a winner by 3 lengths over Fly Blue Jet and Justin Big Time. Fly Blue Jet came back to win. I think this horse has 2 wins at this level now, so he's very, very dangerous when it comes down to 1.5 million claimer, and is going to get a pace in front of him in this event. And if they cook themselves on the headline, no doubt about who will be coming at them late in the event. Definitely going to be James. So I think it's a pace meltdown race, so I'm going to give James the edge. The 9th race, 5-year-olds and up, optional claimer, 200,000 only. Nature bred 6-year-olds and up, now there's up 2. Division 2, a field of 13, they go 5.5 furlongs. A race I'm definitely not going to wager in, but for pick 6 purposes, I'm going to boil it down to 4. They're going to be the 4, Tapping In, the 5, The Love of God, the 7, Storm Boy, and the 13, Miss Linton. Okay, the 4, Tapping In, Romain Garden claiming 4 kilos here for Barrington Dawes. I think this is the second horse, Romain Garden, riding that I'm going to give a shot. Consistent horse, taking a step down in class from 350,000, which he raced last time out, the 27th of December, 5.5 furlongs, when trying to make all the running, but finishing second by 3/4 a length to Run With Me. A reproduction of that run here with this 4 kilo claim. Could see Tapping In winning this race. The 5, The Love of God, Shane Richardson riding here for Orlando Chin. Good run back on the 15th of November for 350,000, going 5.5, when coming from off the pace to finish second by half a length to Little Groovy Thing after coming out the gate slow. Last time out was running well on the 1st of January for 350,000, going 7 furlongs, but has a tendency sometimes to blow that turn, and did that in that race and managed to go very wide and finished 5th by 12 lengths. So if not blowing the turn this time around and coming out of the gates clean, The Love of God should run a good race. The 7, Storm Boy, Ramon Napier claiming 2 kilos for Courtney Williams. Another one of those fit horses in the race that just can't seem to get the win. Last time out, 4th by 6.25 lengths to Shine For Me and Blinding Light. That was a 5-year-old non-winners of 2. Had a second over the straight 5 course by half a length to He Stands Alone. So consistent, does have good stalking pace, getting 2 kilos off that 126 pounds, active at exercise. Storm Boy could get it right this time around. And the 13, Miss Linton. Richard Shakes them 2 kilos here for Robert French. Another one of those horses that has been gambled down recently. Last 2 starts was the favorite on the 22nd of November, 2025, 4 furlong straight, prominent, beaten 4th by 3.75 lengths to Newland Links. Then came back on the 21st of December, 5.5 furlongs, failed to finish 6 by 9.5 lengths to Shine For Me. They have now taken off the figure 8, which they put on last time out. So I think she doesn't like the figure 8 and getting this 2 kilo claim. Still, I think very fit, active at exercise. Miss Linton has good pace, so she can overcome that wide draw. Definitely going to have a good chance. Outsider to consider for the exotics is going to be a 99-1 long shot. The 3, that is Oh My Gosh. Roisin Lewis claiming 4 kilos here for Ryan Darby. This Oh My Gosh, very well bred horse, but just can't seem to get it right. Has run 11 times now and hasn't run in the 1, 2, 3. But has run well at 4-year-old maiden race. Back on the 20th of October, 6 furlongs. Ran well, 5th by 5.5 lengths to Bobby Too Bad. And if Bobby Too Bad was in this race, I'm pretty sure Bobby Too Bad would ramp this event. Before that run though, the 27th of September, 5 furlongs round, 5th by 7 and 3/4 lengths to Shine For Me and Blinding Light. So it's capable at this level and getting this 4 kilo claim off of the 126 pounds, active at exercise. I'm not scared of the 99 to 1. If I'm going to buy exotic bet in this race, I'm definitely going to throw this oh my gosh in with this step down in class. But for me, it's a race I think I would stay away from, and for my exotic bet, I might just use all the horses I mentioned in this. The 10th race, the feature event, the Rimsky Trophy, native bred 3-year-old, non-lose of 2, an imported 3-year-old and up, maiden, a field of 9, they go 6 furlongs, boiling down to 4. They're going to be the 2, Comuna 13, the 4, Tailor Made, the 6, Fernando, and the 7, Any Means. Okay, the 2, Comuna 13, Ray and Lewis riding here for Oral Hayden. Imported colt, still a maiden, but has run some good races. Was third to Fernando on debut, then came back after that over the 4 straight, second by 8 3/4 lengths to Sir Don. Beaten by Sir Don on 3 consecutive occasions. Then on the 27th of December, ran up into a powerful Prodigious Power, and Sir Don was beaten 9 lengths there. Last time out, 5 furlongs round, beaten by Dash All Day and Exceeding Beyond. So this horse just running above his grade in my opinion. This is a relief in company, and Ray and Lewis gets the call here. They've put the figure 8 on this Comuna Tracy, 15 to 1 morning line. I think he's going to run a much better race than the odds suggest. The 4, Tailor Made, Jerome Innes, riding here for Jason DaCosta, a winner on debut when ridden by Abigail Abel, making all the running to win by 2 1/4 lengths. So coming in here now with 114 pounds and lightweight, very competent Jerome Innes, showing that natural speed, beating Giving Thanks on debut. Giving Thanks came back to win easily last time out, but in that race with Tailor Made, Giving Thanks did give it away at the start, would probably have won if broke well. But Tailor Made has worked well since making her debut. 5.5 furlongs in 107.3 by 1 minute 1 and 3. So expecting this Tailor Made from in front or with the pace to run a brave race. The 6, possibly the horse are going to have to beat Fernando. Radish Roman riding here for Anthony Nunes. 3 starts today. It was a winner on debut. 3 furlongs straight by 2 lengths from Infinity Star and Comuna 13. Next start at 7 furlongs, the Mr. Sensational was third by 16 lengths to Sir Don, who won by 13 3/4 lengths. And last time out in the 2-year-old stakes was third by 7 3/4 lengths to We Jamin and Salute the Don. So has faced probably the best native bred horses in the country and has run against one of the better imported 2-year-olds. So coming here, relief in competition, expecting Fernando. Torana, not a solid race. But the horse I like in the event is going to be the 7, Any Means. Shane Ellis riding here for Michael Marlowe. 1 start to date on the 13th of December, 5.5 furlongs. Finished 4th by 18 lengths to Phenomenal Power and Prodigious Power. This Any Means was the horse chasing Pepper Stepper and Phenomenal Power all the way to the final furlong. And that race was running 23-1, 47-2, 107-1. I'm not a person that really relies on time, but when the pace shows that the pace was going fast compared to how slow the track is, that was a blister in fractions. That to me, that would be at 22, 46, 106. I'm saying Caymanas Park is about 1 second slow because it's so heavy. So that was a very fast paced race that this Any Means was chasing. Much better for that run. Has come back to gallop with stablemate Slam Sharp, 4 furlongs 50 on the 18th of January. But after the run on the 13th of December, galloped 3 furlongs in 35-2. So this horse I think is naturally very fast, gets a Lasix for the first time, the Canterman in the saddle. This is a horse I really like in the race, and I couldn't probably buy in the race is going to be the 2 foreigners, Enemies and Comuna Tracy. The 11th and final, nature bred 4-year-old and up maiden, big field of 14, they go 6.5 furlongs, boiling down to 4. They're going to be the 1, Smoking Thumb, the 2, Lauren's Secret, the 9, Baby Grey, and the 11, Runaway Bay. Okay, Smoking Thumb. Robert Haldane riding here for Christopher Pearson. Good run last time out at 7 furlongs, finishing second by half a length after battling the entire way. Just couldn't hold off Laurie in the final 16th. Gets a bustling rider now. So even with 126 pounds, Smoking Thumb, with his fitness exposed, looks like the horse that's going to fight this race out. The 2, Lauren's Secret, Radish Roman riding here for Patrick Lynch. Last time out at a mile, finished second by 9 1/4 lengths to Kusmi. So getting fit now. does have some early pace, so we'll be able to start this field. Very heavy in the scales though, is up 14 pounds in the scale, but has Radish Roman in the saddle. Lion Secret can put in a good run. The 9, Baby Grey, Emilia McLean claiming 3 kilos for Orlando Chin. Third by 3.75, third by 3.5 lengths last time out in that same race with Laurie and Smoking Thumb, coming from off the pace. So coming in even lighter here, expecting to get some pace in front of this Baby Grey. If reproducing that last run, I think Baby Grey will be running on once again for a piece of the pie. And the horse they're going to have to catch, though, is going to be the 11, Runaway Bay. Gavin Harris claiming 4 kilos here for David Lee Sin. Tried to make all the running last time out, pressured by Smoking Thumb throughout. Faded to finish 5th by 6.5 lengths. That was for 7 furlongs, but cutting distance now to 6.5. Naturally, the pace horse of the event. Going to get the reduction in weight now, coming down 9 pounds, so coming in with 117 pounds. So much lighter than the last start. Getting weight from Smoking Thumb. As long as Garvin Harris doesn't let this horse run too fast too soon, just get him on the front end, get him to relax, I think is the horse that they're going to have to catch and the horse they're going to have to beat. Outside, I'm willing to toss in this race though, for the exotics, is going to be the 3, Hoofy D. Now, Hoofy D, Ray and Lewis riding here for Barrington Dawes. 1 start to date. That was back on the 1st of January of this year. 4 furlongs straight. Off the fraction, stayed on to finish 4th by 10 lengths to Skill at Arms, Abbey, and Black Ringo. Better for that run. Blinkers are off now. They've put the visor on instead and gets first time Lasix. Down 4 pounds and gets Ray and Lewis in the saddle. Busy at exercise. Well-bred horse is out of Avina Melkino out of 18 carats by He's the Real Thing. So bred for speed. And Morning Line says 20-1. This is an outsider to keep an eye on in this event. For me though, I think I would stay away from this race. But pace-wise, if Runaway Bay is relaxed with this lighter impulse, I think that's the horse to beat. Smoking Thumb, very fit. If he overcomes that one draw and gets to start the pace, going to be dangerous. And watch out for Hoofy D. Okay, guys, I hope we have some luck this week. This program a little bit more challenging, but we want to try to see if we can pick out those winners. So as always, stay safe.